Hi, my name's Charlie King. I'm with Heroic Fatherhood. And today's question we're answering is, how difficult is it to become a good father? This is a great question. The first thing I might ask is, how do you define what a good father is? It's a very personal question. Is it defined by what you do for a living, how much money you make, how good your relationship is with your partner, whether you stay married, whether you get divorced, how much time you spend with your kids, what you do for a lifestyle, what kind of schools your kids go to, what kind of vacations do you take them on? These are all things to consider and all different ways of defining good fatherhood. So a lot of it is a very personal definition, but let's explore the question a little bit further. The first part there is to being a good father or a father of any significance where they want to make a difference with their kids is to just show up. Just being present for your kids has this dramatic impact on their sense of self-esteem and on their success in the world. This isn't just my opinion. Study after study after study reflect that a father's presence in the home has a dramatic positive impact on the self-esteem and accomplishment of kids in life as they become adults. And the contrary is absolutely the case. The percentage of people who are incarcerated who didn't have a father in the home is incredibly high. I believe it's above 75%. So we know statistically that being a present father has a positive impact on kids at home. The next thing is participate. You want to participate in your child's rearing. It doesn't matter if you know what you're doing or don't know what you're doing, but just leaning in and trying things out. And here's what I can guarantee about it. You're going to screw it up. I screwed it up. Every man I know has screwed up some version of parenting as they went along. They've tried some stuff out and made some huge mistakes, but that's kind of life. Parenthood is no different, and you just got to clean it up. Oh, I tried something. It didn't work out. Oops, sorry about that. Let's just get in back again. So it isn't just about showing up, but it's actually participating as well. And for a lot of us, that means putting down the phone, getting off the computer, stop closing ourselves away from the rest of the family, and actually eating meals together, getting down on the floor with your kids and playing with them, reading with them, playing with them. And if you get the opportunity to go to a tea party with your daughter or your son, and there's a doily that you have to drink pretend tea out of, you definitely want to be there for that one, because that's the awesome time. Give yourself permission to make mistakes as well. It's totally okay to make mistakes, and it's teaching your kids an incredibly important lesson. See, here's the thing is, we tell kids, swing big, make mistakes. You can always try something else. You can always try again. You can learn from your mistakes. These are lessons that they're taught in school. They're taught by most parents. Try things out. But the reality is they very rarely see adults do it. Adults keep it pretty darn safe. So as a parent, if you're leaning in, trying things out, making mistakes, and then showing the resilience to kind of step back up and go, okay, I made a mistake. How do I fix that? And how do we move forward from here? They're going to see that it's okay to make mistakes, and they're going to be more likely to take chances and try new things out. Here's something to remember. Your kids are watching every move you make. They're learning about what it means to be an adult from your behavior. How you go, they will follow. How you interact with them will become the inner narrative that they have in their head. How you speak to them will become the voice in their head. Their expectations of becoming an adult will be a reflection of what they see from you. So if you lead an engaged, curious life, if you lead a life where you're communicating and connecting and sharing joy and finding happiness and struggling but working through it, then they'll know that that's what they can expect in life. If you take yourself away when you don't feel good, if you don't find joy in your life, if you don't find happiness, if you're unwilling to try things that seem scary or outside your comfort zone, then that's what they're going to expect to do as adults. Who you are will create what's normal for them. The way you speak to your spouse, they will see as the way that's appropriate for men to speak to their wives. How you speak to your daughter will be the way that they expect to be communicated with when they grow up. How you speak to your boy will be a reflection of how he expects to be communicated with when he is a young man. Being a parent gives you this huge invitation to expand your capacity for understanding, compassion, fun, and curiosity. When we start to expand ourselves, willing to kind of lean into these softer skills that men don't often do, when we lean into these, our kids really connect with us because they don't know the hard skills. They don't know the sales or management or like how to pump gas the best way or, all the other things that guys learn the skills about. But when we increase our capacity for understanding and for being there during the hard times as well as the good times, the more our kids will feel connected to us, the more they'll share with us, and the more value and connection we'll have with them. Patience is everything. There are going to be so many times in your life where you're, as a father, where you're feeling, oh my gosh, can we just get through this part of child development? Can we just get through this difficult time? Can we just move on to the next thing? I feel like we've been here forever. Absolutely. Every dad feels that. Patience is everything. You being present and patient is some of the most positive impact that you can have on your family. Now, I know it doesn't seem intuitive, right? It doesn't, like, dads fix things. Dads make things right. Dads, they're the doers of life. But in this job, our ability to be present and patient and not necessarily take action, but just be there for our family can make all the difference in the world. And part of developing and maturing as a dad and a man is just expanding your capacity to be present and not necessarily feel the need to do something in the moment. And lastly, there are so many other lessons to fatherhood, and your fatherhood is going to be unique to you, and nobody's going to be a better professional at it than you are. Your willingness to lean into areas where you're developing yourself, learning new things about yourself, and sharing it with your family is going to have this dramatically large impact and benefit on your kids. When you grow yourself, they get to see by proxy a human being learning more about themselves, sharing more about themselves, and they'll start to look inherently in themselves to see how they can apply that in their own lives. The more we're willing to expand ourselves, the more our kids are as well. If you want your kids to get the college education that you were denied, or you want them to find success in areas that you weren't, and you have any inkling about what's in the way of you finding that success, your willingness to lean into that area and learn and share about what you're learning will guarantee that they're not caught up in another generation where that gets in the way. Now, this can be anything from as simple as learning a new language, getting a new business skill. It could mean seeking counseling, therapy, or even hiring a coach. In any way, the more you're willing to expand yourself and share where you're at in your process, the more your kids and your family are going to feel connected to you, and the more fulfilled you'll be as a dad. My name's Charlie King, and I'm with Heroic Fatherhood. If you thought this was useful or helpful at all, feel free to visit us at heroicfatherhood.com or over on YouTube. Take a look at all our videos over on the Heroic Fatherhood YouTube channel. Thanks so much. I'll see you soon.